What's going on, y'all? This is Reese Talks Wrestling here. Today, we have great news about wrestling, man. Wrestling is on a roll right now, specifically the WWE. Man, wrestling just feels so great again. If you watched last night's Monday Night Raw, you just got that feeling. I am so excited, so pumped up for the Royal Rumble, so let's talk about it. The Royal Rumble for 2024 has gotten so much hype, especially on Smackdown and Raw. I'm so glad they're doing such a good job not only promoting this, but getting us hyped up for this event. Last night, Gunther came out, he confronted Seth. Seth, of course, he tore his MCL, and we're all trying to figure out if they're going to have to vacate the title, whether or not Seth is going to have to put it up for grabs, and the Royal Rumble would be for the title. But he came out last night to reassure us that he will still be competing at WrestleMania. Before he gets to that, he got interrupted by Gunther, and Gunther had this to say. He basically came out the gate saying, "Hey Seth, I'm sorry. I know you've been a fighting champion like me. I know you've earned the respect from the fans like me, and I'm sorry that you're going to have to be relinquishing this title. And hopefully one day you can face me in the ring again when you're healthy. And I'm going to be going to the Royal Rumble and winning that title off of you." And Seth Rollins said, "Before you interrupted me, I'm still competing at Mania." And it got a huge pop from the crowd. The crowd went not crazy, but they all clapped their hands and was glad to hear that Seth wasn't going to have to be relinquishing the title in that fashion. And Gunther would then tell Seth that he is winning the Royal Rumble and he's going to be coming after Seth. And when they have their match at Mania, he's going to be targeting the knee. He's going to be targeting his back. He's going to be targeting every point that isn't 100%. And they cut a great promo for each other. They basically told each other to watch out for, well, each other. And they had just such a great back and forth. It was amazing. I'm so glad to see that Seth isn't going to be dropping the title. He shouldn't be competing, if we're being completely honest, but for him to still go out there and sacrifice his body like he does for us, for our entertainment, all props to Seth, all kudos to Seth. I appreciate that so much, and I think we all should be able to appreciate Seth Rollins. Is a likelihood that he just does drop the belt at Mania. I mean, I assume that's what's going to happen. Speaking of the Royal Rumble, we had an amazing, when I talk about amazing promo between CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. CM Punk comes out after Cody Rhodes asked him to come out. CM Punk would then let Cody know that there's no bad blood between them, but he does want him to know that in that Royal Rumble, you are a big threat, you are a big target, and if I get the opportunity to, I'm going to be fighting you and throw you outside that top rope. And he even mentioned Cody Rhodes' dad, Dusty Rhodes. He was like, "Look, I know Dusty is your father. I know that Dusty told me to look out for you back in OVV." Pause. I meant to say OVW. Back in OVW, CM Punk told a story about how Dusty had told him to look out for a young Cody Rhodes and how he didn't treat him or look at him any differently than everybody else just because he was Dusty's son. And CM Punk told him that it feels like he's going to be breaking a promise because he has to throw Cody Rhodes over that top rope. Then CM Punk will cut a little bit deeper talking about Cody's dad and how even though he has respect for him, for Cody it was different because he grew up with a famous wrestling dad. He grew up with a famous wrestling father, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. And CM Punk told a story about how his dad was just an electrician, which is true. CM Punk's dad was just an electrician, and how CM Punk worked his way up without any type of special help, without a special dad in the industry, and how he was more of an American dream than Cody Rhodes was. And the crowd just oohed and awed at what CM Punk had to say about Cody. It was amazing. It was amazing back and forth. Cody Rhodes would then respond saying that when we talk about the pipe bomb, everything that you said during that famous segment, I actually did, and that makes me more CM Punk than you. It was just an amazing segment. I really don't want to go through word for word, bar for bar of what they said. I really recommend you just watch it, man. Just watch it. WWE just uploaded a full segment to their YouTube page. Go over there and watch it. Man, it's just going to be an amazing Royal Rumble. Honestly, I really hope Triple H brings it down to those two as the last two. I'm not even sure who I want to win. I'm not even sure who should win the match. We have two amazing stories being told. Cody trying to finish his story and do what his father couldn't do, and that's win the big one over Roman Reigns. Or CM Punk eliminating Cody Rhodes at the end, coming back after 10 years where he left, because I believe that his last match was in a Royal Rumble before his departure from WWE, and challenging Seth Rollins for that World Heavyweight Championship belt. There's so many ways they can go with this. I really hope that Triple H just makes the right decision, and whatever decision he makes, it has a great story behind it, and it can lead to things further on down the line, just long term, like they have been doing such a good job at doing just overall. Speaking of long-term storytelling, let's talk about the bloodline and what we have going in that Fatal 4 match at the Royal Rumble. Of course, last week on Smackdown, we had the contract signing. Roman didn't want to show up. Nick Aldis told Paul Heyman if Roman doesn't show up, he's going to vacate the title. So during a match with Randy Orton and Solo Sikoa, Roman comes out there. He interrupts the match. Well, the match was already interrupted with Jimmy Uso coming out there. Then AJ Styles and LA Knight got into it. Roman Reigns comes out there. He grabs the contract from Nick Aldis. He signs it. He throws it down. Randy Orton's down on the ground. He's waiting for Randy to get up. He's taking out everybody. He goes for a spear and he gets caught with an RKO. That hyped up the match for the Royal Rumble so much, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen on SmackDown. I'm not for sure if Roman is going to be there. We know how Roman doesn't like working back-to-back weeks, but no matter what happens on SmackDown, I'm pretty sure it's going to be good. Triple H has done a great job promoting this and getting us hyped up for the Royal Rumble that's going to happen on Saturday. But I'm saying all this to say that wrestling is just in such a great spot right now, specifically the WWE, but wrestling just overall is winning, especially when the WWE is winning. It is the biggest wrestling promotion that we have. It's basically the NBA of wrestling, if you consider it. I'm not for sure whether you consider it a franchise or a team. Wrestling is in just such a good state right now. We have free agents across the board who could sign to anywhere. Really specifically, WWE and AEW are the big names that they're trying to get to. And when I tell y'all, wrestling is just amazing to talk about. Speaking of stuff to talk about, it was just tweeted out that Triple H is going to be having Monday Night Raw on Netflix coming in 2025. Really not Triple H, TKO. Triple H said, and I quote, "This partnership is one that will break new ground and take at WWE to new heights. Thrilled to bring #WWE Raw to at Netflix coming January 2025. Now we change the game." WWE tweeted out, WWE Raw is coming to Netflix starting in January 2025 at Netflix. Will exclusively stream #WWE Raw in the US, Canada, UK, and Latin America every single week all year long. Now, I'm not sure how long this deal is. I think if I did see anything, I think it said 5-year deal, or for like $5 million. I'm not for sure. I'm not for sure how long this deal will last, but coming 2025 in January, Monday Night Raw will be on Netflix. I'm not for sure how I feel about that. I do think it will get more people into wrestling, new viewers into wrestling. I'm not for sure on how the current fan base will like that, or if the current fan base will be going out the way to get Netflix. I'm pretty sure we have to, especially me. I have to. But let me know what y'all think about that in the comment section below. We just have a lot going on in the wrestling community right now, and honestly, that's great. The more stuff going on, the more publicity wrestling gets, the better the product is, and the pressure is on Triple H and the TKO. Hopefully they can deliver with all this pressure that's been handed on them. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. I'll see you on the next video.